Marilyn Chambers was a face America once trusted as a symbol of purity, gracing soap boxes with her wholesome image. Yet that very face would later ignite public hysteria, scandalize advertisers, and challenge societal morality. Unlike ordinary fame, Marilyn's impact was explosive, sudden, and unavoidable. Her beauty, daring presence, and raw talent transformed even the smallest stage moments into something unforgettable. But fame came with a cost. From the start, she was no longer just a girl from Connecticut. She became a symbol, confined by society's expectations, forced to navigate a world that demanded perfection and scandal simultaneously. Childhood dreams in Connecticut. Born on April 22, 1952 in Providence, Rhode Island, Marilyn grew up in Westport, Connecticut, in a middle-class family. Her father worked in advertising and her mother was a nurse, careers emblematic of stability and societal respect. Entering the entertainment world was far from encouraged, yet it drew her irresistibly. Even as a teenager, she displayed ambition, joining drama clubs and cheerleading, spaces where her talent could flourish. By 16, she ventured into modeling with fearless determination, sometimes bending school schedules to attend auditions. These early efforts, though small, demonstrated her resolve. Success would come only if she pursued it herself. First steps in entertainment. By the late 1960s, Marilyn had landed minor modeling contracts and a brief role in The Owl and the Pussycat, 1970. Though modest, these experiences were a foothold in a world she longed to conquer. Opportunities were scarce, yet her ambition remained unwavering. Her early career marked a tension between aspiration and moral scrutiny. Hollywood doors seemed closed, and she faced the difficult choice of survival versus societal judgment. The young actress's path was never glamorous. It required courage, resilience, and adaptability. Each step, from small roles to audacious auditions, was an assertion of her right to exist as an artist despite an industry reluctant to embrace her past. The turning point, San Francisco. In pursuit of broader opportunities, Marilyn moved to San Francisco, a city more accepting of unconventional careers and artistic expression. To survive, she worked in topless modeling and adult performances, not as a deliberate choice to become a sex symbol, but to remain connected to the stage and her dream. San Francisco offered both temptation and freedom, showing her a world where ambition could exist outside rigid moral codes. The city provided a stage that allowed her to embrace her talent openly, even at the cost of judgment. This move set the stage for a life-altering encounter that would define her career. Behind the Green Door. In 1972, Marilyn answered a casting call for a major motion picture, only to discover it was for the adult film Behind the Green Door. This moment became a turning point. She embraced her fear and committed fully, understanding that this choice would forever alter her life. While the role catapulted her into public notoriety, it also allowed her to confront her insecurities and acknowledge her courage. The project transformed her from a hopeful performer into a national symbol, a figure of both curiosity and controversy. The career she pursued for art had now become a cultural flashpoint. Struggles with addiction and recovery. Amid her rise to fame, Marilyn faced personal battles. She joined Narcotics Anonymous, not for image repair, but as a genuine step towards self-preservation. Her sobriety became a public declaration of her resilience. Vanity plates reading, "Love, Nay," reflected her personal commitment to remain on a safe path. Love and support, she discovered, came from understanding and mutual struggle, not the glamour that fame often offered. Recovery was not a performance but a lifeline, and it demonstrated her refusal to allow her life to be solely defined by public perception or past choices. Confronting Hollywood's limitations. Hollywood repeatedly rejected Marilyn, despite her talent and ambition, because of the stigma surrounding her adult film work. Mainstream acting opportunities remained limited, reinforcing a cycle of judgment and exclusion. She fought to demonstrate her versatility, acting in stage productions, singing, writing, and performing in indie films. Yet every success was met with resistance. Her experiences highlighted the industry's rigid double standards. Women could be celebrated or condemned based on choices outside their professional skill. Marilyn's struggle underscored the cruel paradox of fame. Visibility brought opportunity, but it also trapped her under the weight of societal labels. Reclaiming her narrative. Later in life, Marilyn sought to reclaim control over her story. In 2007, she clarified that she was born in Providence, not Westport, challenging decades of misrepresentation. She pursued smaller indie projects like Stash and Solitaire, valuing creative freedom over public acclaim. These choices allowed her to work without the constant burden of expectation, focusing on craft rather than image. Through these efforts, she resisted being reduced to a single narrative, neither merely a symbol of liberation nor a cautionary tale. Marilyn demonstrated that human identity cannot be confined to one public persona, even under relentless cultural scrutiny. Legacy and lessons. Marilyn Chambers' life exemplifies the tension between personal ambition and societal expectation. She illuminated how fame can be both empowering and oppressive, and how women navigating public attention face unique challenges. Her story shows the complexity of liberation. While society often commercializes female bodies, she insisted on agency and choice. Marilyn was neither an icon nor a victim alone. She was a person who fought to maintain humanity within a culture, eager to simplify, commodify, and judge. Her legacy remains a testament to resilience, creativity, and the relentless pursuit of being seen as a full human being. Final years and death. In her final years, Marilyn's health and emotional resilience were tested. On April 12, 2009, she passed away at her home near Santa Clarita Canyon Country, California, just 10 days before her 57th birthday. The cause was a cerebral hemorrhage and aneurysm linked to heart disease. Painkillers and antidepressants were present but not sufficient to cause death directly. Her passing reflected a lifetime of slow, persistent struggles rather than sudden shock, reminding us that even resilient spirits are vulnerable to accumulated hardships. Marilyn's death marked the quiet end of a life lived intensely under society's gaze, the human behind the icon. Marilyn's life force's reflection on fame, morality, and society's treatment of women. She was often viewed first as a symbol and second as a human, subjected to admiration, curiosity, and judgment. Yet she fought to assert agency, navigate taboo spaces, and pursue artistry on her own terms. Her story remains a cautionary and inspiring tale, revealing how culture consumes and discards those who challenge norms. Ultimately, Marilyn Chambers was more than her public image. She was a person striving for recognition, respect, and authenticity in a world eager to simplify her story.